Welcome back, friends. Bitcoin prices have been on a tear. Right from under $7,000 at the beginning of April 2020, the price of Bitcoin is now hovering around $58,000. That's a stupendous rise for this digital currency. You find that many retail investors had entered, joined the bandwagon, and now you find many institutions, financial institutions, central banks trying to extol the values of the digital currency. But the rise of Bitcoin, if you look at its history, has not been in a straight line. There have been many periods of correction that have happened in between. Right now, you see that the euphoria around the digital currencies and Bitcoin in particular is at its very big high. From time to time, we have seen Bitcoin having gone through phases of correction. Now, currently, in a scenario where the central banks across the world are trying to pump in a lot of money, where the governments are using the fiscal policies, the monetary policies to try and assist the economies of the respective countries in the wake of the corona pandemic, that has led to a surge in inflation fears. You have seen a great rise in the 10-year treasury uh, bonds, which has led to a lot of jitters on Wall Street and across the world in world financial markets. Whether this is going to lead to certain amount of trouble, that's a question that needs to be answered. Now, Bitcoin is very favorable because it's an effective hedge against inflation, because there is only that much that can be created, unlike the paper money, the dollars, the various currencies, the euros, which can be printed to no limit. So, time to time, you find that the central banks, the government authorities trying to print a lot of money, trying to push in as much liquidity as possible to salvage their respective economies. Now, many people clearly believe that there have been two major changes in the fundamentals of the currency, justifying not only the higher price but also further sharp appreciation in the Bitcoin. First, there has been a big shift in official attitudes to digital currencies, with central banks viewing them as the future of finance instead of a threat to their power. This acceptance has been mirrored by investors, with an increasing number of institutions, not just retail investors. Retail investors that joined the bandwagon some time back. Now you have financial institutions that are beginning to enter into the picture. And mind you, these were the financial institutions that were critical, which were skeptical of the Bitcoin, of digital currencies. Now they have thrown in the towel, should I say that, and joined the bandwagon. So the various, and therefore they have started, even these institutions have started to dabble in these digital currencies. Now, are the central banks still wary as they were some time back? While the several central banks have become a lot more interested in the general idea of digital currencies, especially in terms of facilitating payments, they remain deeply skeptical about Bitcoin, with both the Bank of England and the European Central Bank, or ECB as it is called, calling the tighter regulations to be enacted with respect to the Bitcoin. Indeed, if anything, the Bank of England's plans for its own digital currency give it a strong incentive to discourage independent currencies such as the Bitcoin. So, in fact, that goes against the Bitcoin. They are just creating room for their own digital currency. At the same time, most of the corporate interest in Bitcoin has been from a handful of hedge funds and technology companies such as Tesla. So the moment you found a tweet from Elon Musk, hey, the currency that was something you found that people said, oh, that's nirvana. You could even say that the fact that several long-time Bitcoin skeptics have suddenly become Bitcoin bulls, that is something that I think raises a red flag. Recently, you had JP Morgan predicting, and JP Morgan, by the way, has been a long skeptic of the Bitcoin. If you go back and check, they have been one of the biggest skeptics of the Bitcoin. Yet now they say, and in fact they predict that it could reach $130,000. Right now, I must remind you, it is at about $58,000. So that's more than doubling your money, friends, if you were to go by what JP Morgan has to say now. Whenever you find that people who are skeptical about any rally in any asset class, whether it's a stock market, it's gold, or digital currency for that matter, even commodities, oil, when there's suddenly these people who are bears, all of them become bulls. They just throw caution to the winds. They just leave everything, and they believe that there's only one way this currency or this asset class has to go, and that's up. I think that's the biggest red flag, friends. That's a clear-cut sign that this rally is now going to get punctured shortly. It is a sign of capitulation. It's a red flag that the market has probably reached its short-term intermediate peak. Short-term to intermediate peak. And also do not forget the fact that Bitcoin, like most digital currencies, still suffers from the fact that it is a poor method of exchange, as it is difficult to use in everyday transactions, as well as not a very good store of value owing to its extreme volatility. It's very volatile, 30% up and down in a day, in a single trading session. Wow. That's something that really attracts a lot of people who want quick money. And they're all there right now. I mean, you see slowly and steadily, people who are skeptics, they thought that this is only a Bitcoin bubble which is going to burst. Now they are talking of doubling of the Bitcoin price. Everybody is now in the party. When everybody is in the party, all the bulls have, everybody has become a bull. All the bears have converted themselves and become bulls. Nobody left in the bear camp anymore. Friends, that's the sign that the party is about to get over. So in the short term, I am expecting a correction, and a good correction in the Bitcoin, friends. To understand which asset classes you should be investing, even in these times of pandemic and rather volatile market conditions, where the world financial markets are headed from here, please do join my Telegram channel. You can WhatsApp me at 0982-086-1044. Even if the Bitcoin party does not continue any further or it stops, there's a party in many other asset classes that you can take. You can join, enjoy the music, enjoy the party. And even in these days, there is always, remember my words, there is always one asset class at any time. Even if there is a distress in the economy, even if there is a global recession, or for the matter a depression, there is always one asset class which will do you well. Which asset class will serve you the best in these next few months, years, and going ahead, short, medium, and long term? Let's discover it together. Please do join my Telegram channel. Again, I'll leave you with that thought. I believe that a correction in Bitcoin is round the corner. You can WhatsApp me at 0982-086-1044. We'll discuss and we will discover the world of finance, and I will give you at any point of time which is the best asset class to invest. Remember, in good times and bad times, there is always one asset class which will always fetch you money. Money never sleeps, my friends. money never sleeps. Happy investing and do get in touch. Look forward to hearing from you soon. Take care. Bye bye.